Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to welcome you to yet another FIFA 17 ratings prediction video. And today we have got Arsenal. Now the comments was flooded despite a disclaimer from me in the comments saying that Tottenham didn't come second. When I made the video, Tottenham were second because, as you guys said in the comment section for the first of these episodes, I should work my way down the Barclays Premier League table. Well, after I did Leicester, Spurs were in second, so I made the video and they were in second, and then they since bottled it and came third behind Arsenal. So today I'm having to do Arsenal even though they came second. That's a brief explanation as to why Arsenal weren't the last one that I did. Nevertheless, this one, there isn't going to be as much change as Leicester and Tottenham because perhaps Leicester and Tottenham weren't expected to do as well as they did. But there are a few negatives for Arsenal when it comes to growth, shall we say, from the last FIFA. Now, again, I am fairly new to this, so do cut me some slack when it comes to predictions. I'll also be bringing you the potentials that I think the players will be getting as well on career mode. And if you do have any suggestions for what your predictions are for the club and for Arsenal in general, then drop them in the comment section below. I would love to hear them. Nevertheless, I suppose it is time to get into the predictions slightly earlier than usual. And yet again, we of course got to start off with the goalkeeper, and that's Petr Cech. He got a winter upgrade, I do believe, last year from 85 to 86. He's been good. He's been very good this season, and I think without him, Arsenal would certainly not have come second. But I don't really see any need for him to get a further upgrade, so I reckon 86 is about fair for Petr Cech again. For FIFA 17, he's a pretty oldish goalkeeper, so his potential isn't going to be higher than his starting overall. So potential of 86, that's zero growth in terms of last year, but I think that's a fairly fair overall for Petr Cech. Given the season he's just had, I think the winter upgrade will suit him fine. After that, though, not very static whatsoever. It's the right back Hector Bellerin. Or Hector Bellerin, I don't know why I stuck Hector. Anyway, he was 77 on FIFA 16. Well, he was 74 actually at the start of FIFA 16. But we're taking the growth from the winter upgrade that he got, which was to a 77 gold. And he's continued to be amazing. He got a team of the season in the BPL at the end of the season that we've just had. So I reckon his new overall is going to be 81, and with the potential to grow by 5 to 86, because he's a fairly young player. As far as I'm aware, he's like between like 19 and I think he's 20. I think he's 20 years old or 21, something like that. So there's very much room for growth in career mode. So for him, I've gone for 81 starting overall, 86 potential, and that's +4 in terms of growth from last FIFA, because he's been very, very impressive all season, going forward and in defence. His defensive partners, the two centre-backs, the first of which is Laurent Koscielny. Centre-back, again, someone who's had winter upgrades, I think, the last two FIFAs. He got another one last year to 84. Yet again, like Cech, I don't really see any reason for him to get a bigger boost than that, so I think he's going to stay at 84. Now, Per Mertesacker, his centre-back partner, was an interesting one, because I was really toying with the idea of giving him a downgrade to 82, because he hasn't been that amazing, but then I thought, he hasn't been horrendously bad either. Like, he hasn't been terrible. He's been injured every now and again, but he hasn't been terrible. So, I've left Per Mertesacker at 83, but that could be give or take. Maybe he could get a downgrade, but I've stuck with 83 as the safe option. And the final of defenders is Nacho Monreal, someone I never used to rate whatsoever. I was always wondering, why is he on Arsenal's books? But last season, he was really solid. By far the best season he's produced as an Arsenal player. He was 80 overall last FIFA, and I've given him another upgrade to 81. So a +1 upgrade. His potential will probably stay the same, whatever his starting overall is, because again, he's not the youngest of players. I think he's like 29 or 30 or something like that. So 81 overall, and of course staying at 81 potential, which is a +1 growth from FIFA 16. Moving on to the midfielders, and the first of which we've got another player who had a bit of a breakthrough season, slightly more extensive than Monreal's, and this is Francois Coquelin, the French defensive midfielder who was 79 last FIFA. I don't know whether that was a winter upgrade and whether he had a lower card before then. I can't really remember, to be honest with you. I don't know the history of his cards, but I've gone for a +1 upgrade again on him. Towards the end of the season, he wasn't absolutely standout. I remember him getting sent off, but he was still very good, so I've still given him a +1 upgrade to 80, and a potential in career mode of 83, because I do believe he's still fairly on the young side. That might be give or take 1. He might have like 82/83 potential, but I've gone with 83 for the purpose of this video, and an 80 star starting overall, because he has been very solid since the start of the last FIFA, or the start of this FIFA even, but whatever. Now, his defensive midfield partner is Santi Cazorla, and this was a difficult one. I know people are going to shout at me for this. Niran, why have you given him a downgrade? It's actually, this is personal opinion coming into it, really. I think he might keep 85, but in my opinion, he's not 85 rated as a player. Like, I think he's 84. So I've given him a -1 downgrade. I think that can be moderately justified, because he hasn't had the greatest of seasons. I know he's been, I'm not saying because of the injury, but even before then, he wasn't, oh my god, he's playing amazingly. So I've gone for 84. It probably will be 85. Don't shout at me too much, but that's just my personal opinion. Then we move on to the more attacking-minded players, and I'm sure you guys will not be too disappointed in this downgrade. And this is Theo Walcott, who, in all honesty, has been diabolical all season. I know loads of Arsenal fans. My dad's one, and he's constantly frustrated at Theo Walcott, and I can understand. I watch him play. He's just got pace, and that is it. No final, quality whatsoever after that. But so I've gone for a downgrade on him of -1 to 80. I've still left him as 81 potential, as a sort of halfway house. He might grow by 1. He's not the oldest of players, but he's still not massively young. So he might grow by like 1 in career mode, you never know. But yeah, -1 down, oh, hang on, a downgrade of 1. That's what I'm trying to say. A downgrade of 1 for Theo Walcott. And then after that, we've got Alexis Sanchez, someone who definitely doesn't deserve a downgrade, but also probably doesn't deserve an upgrade. It's not been Alexis Sanchez's best season, and that says a lot, because he's been pretty good. That goal against Manchester United, first half of the season he was really good, but he really faded towards the end. But after that injury, after that small injury that got in the middle of the season, he hasn't been himself. So I've gone for 86, just staying the same as he was on the last FIFA, and with the potential to grow by 1 to 87, because I do believe his potential on this game, FIFA 16, is 87 as well. After that, though, we've got the main man, the true assist maker himself, Mesut Ozil, the attacking midfielder, and yet again, like quite a lot of the people before him, no change. I don't really see any need for him to go up to 89 or to drop down to 87. He's had a record-breaking season, I think, in terms of assists. I can't quite remember, but he, got a ridiculous amount of assists. He's been playing fantastically, basically all season. There's been some games where he has sort of disappeared, but since the winter upgrade, he's continued decent form, so I don't see any reason for him to get a downgrade or to get an upgrade to 89. And then after that, it's another controversial one, I'm afraid. Olivier Giroud. And again, a sort of personal opinion coming into this one, as opposed to genuinely believing EA will do it, which I suppose is the point of these videos, but there's got to be an element of personal preference as well, I suppose. I've gone for a -1 downgrade on Olivier Giroud from 82 to 81. I know he scored a hat-trick against Villa on the final day, but apart from that, he did nothing in the second half of the season whatsoever, so I don't see any reason for him not to get a downgrade. Now after that, then of course the starting 11, we're going to do what we've done for the last 2 predictions videos with Leicester and Spurs. Going to compare my predictions FIFA 17 with the team that Arsenal actually had on FIFA 16. In the background you are seeing the squad that I've predicted that they will have for FIFA 17, and then now you're going to see a comparison to what it was like on FIFA 16. It's not quite like Tottenham and Leicester, where like everyone sort of went up or stayed the same. There's a few downgrades, of course, in the mix as well, so it's very much up and down for Arsenal. The main change, of course, being Hector Bellerin, that +4 upgrade. Now moving on to some of the other players and bench players, which there's quite a few. There's quite a few that I didn't actually cover in that starting 11. The first of which is Matteo Debuchy. No confidence that he'll be at the club next season in terms of Arsenal, but had a pretty dire season, really, in terms of actually getting in the squad and performances. So he was 80 overall. I've gone for a -2 downgrade on him to 78. Then we've got Gabriel. He was 78 on FIFA 16. Left him at 78 this time. Haven't seen anything that would suggest he'll get an upgrade, in all honesty. He's looked solid when he's played, but not, mega. And then a potential of 82 because he's still fairly young. After that, we've got Aaron Ramsey, the defensive mid, the main man who wasn't actually in that starting 11. 82 overall on FIFA 16. Left him at 82 for this one, with the potential to grow by 2 to 84 because that's his potential on FIFA 16. After that, we've got Mohamed El Neni, the biggest jumper in terms of overall from last FIFA to this one, in terms of my predictions. He was 70 on FIFA 16, at the start of FIFA 16 anyway. I know he had a +3 upgrade, but I've gone for 75 this time, which means +5 for Ultimate Team. I don't think he was 73 on Ultimate Team. I think he was only 73 on Career Mode. So it's technically +5, and the potential of him to grow by 7 to 82. After that, Jack Wilshere. Now, this is another controversial one. You'll be all screaming at me like, why have you not downgraded him? Well, have EA actually seen technically anything to suggest he should have a downgrade? No, because they haven't seen anything from him whatsoever. He hasn't played all season, so they can't justify giving him a downgrade or an upgrade because he just hasn't played. He hasn't played badly, he hasn't played well, he just hasn't played. So I've left him at 81 with the potential of 84, because that's, I think, the potential that he has on FIFA 16. After that is Joel Campbell. Giving him a +1 upgrade. He's looked pretty solid in the first half of the season, didn't really get in the squad too much in the second half, but yeah, +1 to 77 with a potential of 83. Then Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain going down 1 from 79 on FIFA 16 to 78. He, again, like Walcott, has been pretty poor, and then a potential of 82. And then Danny Welbeck, who's been very good when he's played, so giving him an upgrade from 79 to 80 with the potential of 82, but unfortunately he is injured again, so you won't see him for quite some time. Nevertheless, that does even conclude my predictions for Arsenal on FIFA 17. Yet again, if you have any difference of opinion in terms of the predictions, drop that in the comment section. I would love to hear them. Like if you did enjoy the video, and subscribe if you are new around here as well. Next up will be Manchester City, because they came 4th in the Barclays Premier League. I'll go through the whole table, and if I have time, I might move on to some European teams as well. But nevertheless, it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
No, that's not me. Act like a waste man, that's